In the far reaches of southern Chile, where the Pacific folds into mystery, there lies an island that seems to breathe between dream and tide, Chiloé. A land of rain and resilience, where myths cling to the wind and the sea holds memory like a mirror. Here time moves differently, slower, wiser, soaked in salt and story. This is not just a destination. It's a whisper from another world. Chiloé, or Isla Grande de Chiloé, is the largest island of the Chiloé Archipelago, a mosaic of wilderness and wonder. It stretches nearly 190 kilometers from north to south, a green rectangle floating in the Pacific mist. To the east, calm bays and bustling harbors cradle villages of fishermen and farmers. To the west, ancient rainforests weep under endless rain, untamed and eternal. Chiloé is a place of contrasts, wild and gentle, lush and windswept. The Cordillera del Puchen guards the north, while the Cordillera de Pirulil softens the southern horizon. Between them lie patchworks of pasture and woodland, stitched together by mist and memory. Every valley here feels alive, as though breathing through the moss-covered trees. The island's heart beats in rhythm with the rain, cool, temperate, and oceanic. The west is drenched in storms, feeding the Valdivian rainforests, one of Earth's few temperate jungles. The east, shielded by mountains, glows warmer, its hillsides quilted with farms and apple trees. On Chiloé, even the weather tells a story, one of endurance and quiet grace. Chiloé is less an island and more a conversation, between sea and sky, between myth and man. The historian Renato Cardenas once said this is a distinct enclave, linked more to the sea than the continent. And you can feel that, in the salt of the air, in the rhythm of oars, in the stories told by firelight. It's a fragile society, bound by tides and tenderness. Long before maps had names, the Chono, Huilliche, and Cunco peoples roamed these shores. They lived with the sea, not against it, drawing life from clams, mussels, and drifting fish. Their dalcas, stitched from planks of cypress, were their wings through treacherous waters. These were the first voices of Chiloé, the first to call the ocean home. Then came the outsiders, sails white as bones against gray skies. In 1553, Captain Francisco de Aloa reached the Chao Channel, the gateway to Chiloé. The Spanish called it New Galicia, but the island would choose its own name, Chiloé, the place of seagulls. And though the cross and crown claimed it, the island's soul remained defiantly its own. In 1567 they founded Castro, the capital of this floating world. Built on hills and dreams, it overlooks the Gulf of Ancud like a guardian of tides. Wooden palafitos, the island's iconic stilt houses, rise above the sea, humble and poetic. Here the architecture sings with color, weather, and endurance. When Jesuit missionaries arrived in the 17th century, they carried not just the gospel but the craft of creation. They built chapels of wood and wonder, 150 of them still standing, weathered yet alive. Declared UNESCO World Heritage Sites, these churches are poetry carved into timber. Each one, a hymn to both faith and craftsmanship, and the patient endurance of the Chilote soul. The Chilotes are a maritime people, part sailor, part storyteller. Their lives revolve around the moon, the tide, and the unpredictable moods of the Pacific. In their songs and legends live ghosts, mermaids, and phantom ships. For them, myth is not fiction, it's how the sea explains itself. By the 1800s, the world's whalers found harbor in Chiloé's secret bays. French ships anchored here, their decks stacked with oil and bone. But amid the trade and toil, the islanders saw opportunity. Crafting, trading, surviving. And so Chiloé became a hub, quietly linking Patagonia and the Pacific. In 1912, iron and steam met wood and rain. The anchored Castro Railroad was born. It cut through the island's green heart, connecting coastlines and communities. For the first time, the inland forests were no longer secrets. But time would reclaim the tracks, the rails now rust, hidden beneath ferns. Life on Chiloé has never been easy. Storms, isolation, and the pull of migration. But every hardship gave rise to something beautiful. Solidarity. The Chilote spirit is built on cooperation, neighbors helping neighbors, families weaving their strength together. On this island, survival is a shared song. To walk through Chiloé's western wilds is to step into an ancient cathedral of green. This is the Valdivian temperate rainforest, a relic from a wetter, older earth. Every droplet glows like glass, every root remembers the first rainfall. It's not just nature here, it's memory breathing through the trees. Far in the south lies Tantauco Park, 120,000 hectares of silence and sanctuary. Created by a former Chilean president, it protects species found nowhere else on Earth. Pumas prowl, otters slip through silver streams, and black-necked swans take flight. Here humanity whispers, and the forest answers. December 2021. The island faced its trial by fire. Flames swept through Castro, devouring homes, schools, and sanctuaries of wood. Yet even in loss, the community rose. Rebuilding, remembering, rerouting. Because Chiloé has always known, from ashes new stories grow. For decades, the dream of connection has hovered above the water, a bridge to the mainland. Plans rose and fell with politics, costs, and conviction. Now, as new designs take shape, the question remains: will the bridge unite or unravel the island's solitude? In Chiloé, progress must always bow to preservation. Once reachable only by ferry, Chiloé now greets the sky. With regular flights and new airstrips, the world is drawing nearer. Yet every visitor who lands here feels the same hush, a sense of reverence. Because this island is not to be conquered, but to be understood. The magic of Chiloé is not just in its landscapes, it's in its people. Their laughter rings through the rain. Their stories ripple through generations. They are poets of survival, keepers of myth, builders of beauty in wood and song. To meet them is to glimpse the heart of Chile itself, steadfast, soulful, and sea-bound. Chiloé is more than an island. It's a living poem carved by wind and wave. It endures not by resisting change, but by flowing with it like tide against stone. In its churches and forests, in its myths and melodies, it tells one eternal truth: that even at the world's edge, humanity and nature can still dance in harmony.